What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another Disney movie review. We are back and better than ever with another movie that we pulled from the box last week, 2 weeks ago, because we didn't go last week. We did. We are prisoner to the box, whatever's pulled out, and we had a tough one. We had Dan pulled out for us, none other than Camp Rock. The Jonas Brothers, Demi Lovato, they're all in there. It is definitely a Disney Channel movie. Now, this is not a theatrical movie. This is a Disney Channel movie. Dan, I don't know if I remember the year it came out. I know it was in the 2000s.
Yeah, it came after High School Musical, I think.
Yeah,
around that time.
I'm gonna look it up really, really fast. But it's Camp Rock again. It's a Disney Channel movie. This is during the time of the height of Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers.
2008.
2008?
Yep.
Okay, for Camp Rock, the movie.
Yeah.
So 2008, so it's been a while.
12 years, it feels much older.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, June 20th, 2008. Megan Martin, Allison Stoner, who I think a lot of us know who Allison Stoner is. She was in the Cheaper by the Dozen movies, one of the daughters. Known for her dancing, phenomenal dancer, by the way. Demi Lovato, Joe Jonas, Nick Jonas, the brothers are in there. But Joe Jonas is the main star of the film. The other two brothers are kind of supporting in this. They're not in much.
Before they started the film, I remember the advertisements. They were like, Camp Rock, starring Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers, bearing in mind that only 1/3 of the Jonas Brothers were actually used really in this movie.
Yeah,
the other two, Nick Jonas, who's probably the most popular Jonas brother, was barely used, and Kevin Jonas, he had one joke, and that's pretty much all he said throughout the whole movie. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a bit of false advertisement, and I think it's aged. This film has aged quite a bit.
Oh, sure. Well, it's I don't know. If you're a kid today, I think you could get a 15 to 17-year-old could sit down and probably would still like it today. I think it still fits. It aged for me. I mean, I'm 50 years old, but ultimately, this movie is a musical for sure. That's what Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers are all about. They're lyrically very talented people. They can sing, they can play instruments. They're extremely talented, and they really kind of put their talents to work in this movie. But basically, the premise of the movie is very simple. And it's one we've always seen. We've seen this a million different times. You have the young girl who comes from a family that's okay. You know, their families, I wouldn't say they're rich, but they're not in poverty as well. They're probably middle-class family. Mom runs her own catering service. The dad runs a hardware store. And the daughter's a single child. And she wants to go to this thing called Camp Rock. Now, she is, and Dan, like we said, she is gifted. She's a singer. She's talented. And she wants to go to this thing called Camp Rock. And it's kind of the place where all the kids go, the young talent goes.
Yeah, it's the trendy place to go.
Yeah, it's the place to go to be found, to be, what's that covered? Discovered as a star, possibly. So originally, she can't go. Her parents can't afford for her to go. But it's funny because when you first start the movie, the very first part of the movie, you start right off. She's in bed. She gets up. She starts her day. She's your typical teenage daughter. I don't have daughters, but I do have sisters and I do have nieces. Your typical teenage daughter getting dressed, different things. What do I want to wear? What do I not want to wear? With the music playing in the background.
It is a lot like the Lizzie McGuire movie we watched.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is. It is in a lot of ways. This theme sort of lost speed when Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney made movies. Just saying. You know what? These types of themes stay forever. They really do. How many times has the rebellion gone up against the big empire in different movies? You see it all the time. How many times has the little guy fought the big guy and won?
There's so many tropes to this movie, and what we'll talk about later, we'll talk about the Mean Girls effect, which I'll get into later.
We'll get into that
but
too.
I have two things at the start of this movie that I really don't like. One is the name of this movie, Camp Rock, right? They might as well have just renamed this as Camp MTV Top of the Charts cheesy under 16 music. This is not rock music. This isn't Led Zeppelin or AC/DC or Aerosmith.
No.
It's not.
Right, it's not. But well, first off, let me say something real fast. Let me say hi to the chat. We never even got to the chat, and I apologize. I skipped right by you guys. I'm sorry. James Ryan is here. James, one of our members. Good to see you. Love Pugs is here. Shiny Prisma. What's up, Shiny Prisma? Welcome in. Good to see you. Melissa's here.
Hey, Melissa.
Alex Kennett, another one of our members, is here. Courtney Cook is here. And Paul Engel. Paul, good to see you, buddy. Another one of our members. And the Bomo's in the house. Welcome in, guys. Good to have you here. I know there's other people streaming tonight, and we're definitely not reviewing an Academy Award winner here for sure.
But
I'm glad you're here. Mai's here too. Welcome in, Mary. Good to see you.
The other thing I have an issue is, we'll talk about the tropes at the start of a movie, and the mother goes, "Yeah, we can't afford you to go to Camp Rock," and blah blah blah. And then she goes to school, and she's like, "Yeah, I can't really go to Camp Rock." Right. Before that, one of the things I really don't like about these kind of movies, and you see it all the time, is when the mother cooks like an incredible breakfast, your dream breakfast. She has like sausage and eggs and all, and you're just like, this is like a special like dinner, like this is a special breakfast, and she eats nothing. I'm like, if this was me or you, I'm pretty sure would be eating that up before going to school. Right. And then 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes later, like 2 minutes later, they're like, "Oh no, can't go to Camp Rock, blah blah blah." "Oh yeah, you can go to Camp Rock now because I got hired by this." Why didn't they just start the movie with, "We're going to Camp Rock, but I'm gonna have to be the cook"? They could have taken out that first 5 minutes.
Well, I think
but obviously it's to right. Do the typical singing of this, wake up in the morning and
build up. It's the build up. And see, to me, here's the thing, Dan, with this, and I try to find as many positives in movies as I can. When they say Camp Rock, you're right. It's not Camp Classic Rock. It's Camp Rock. Rock is rock. There's classic. There's new. There's all kinds of different rock. There really are. What they're playing is rock music. It's just not the rock that we're used to. It's not Led Zeppelin. It's not AC/DC. Look, Huey Lewis in the News is rock. Okay, it is. It is. Elton John is rock music. It is. It's not. It just depends. There's heavy metal rock. There's classic.
Yeah.
There's different types of rock music. That genre goes in different levels and different stages. So,
no, definitely.
Michael Jackson is rock.
But we'll keep that in mind, that this is a Camp Rock camp, right? Because there will be a scene later on which is definitely not rock at all.
Right. And I know what you're talking about for sure. Right. So let's go a little bit forward. So you're right. Mom and Dad, Mom gets a good job. She gets kind of her big break. She's kind of taken off at first. Well, that's why she couldn't go. It wasn't a money thing. It really wasn't a money thing. Dad had the hardware store, if I'm not mistaken, and Mom. Yep. If I'm not mistaken, Dad had the hardware store, and Mom had her catering business was starting to take off. She didn't have the time.
Yeah.
But the mom got the catering gig at Camp Rock. That's what made her go, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't mind that as much. I get what you're saying, but it just so happened to fall right into her lap like 2 minutes later. It was 24 hours. I don't know how long it was, but you're right. I get what you're saying. But then we actually start to go to Camp Rock, and she gets there.
And we get introduced to one of the most annoying characters in the whole of Disney Channel history, the guy with the drumsticks. Oh my gosh. This guy, he's not a big role.
Alex, welcome in.
I don't even remember if he has a name in the movie. He's called the Drumstick Guy, and he just goes around Camp Rock playing everything on his drumsticks. And I'm just like, dude, just shut up. Stop playing with your drumsticks. It's so annoying. And I'm a drummer. I used to play the drums, and I'm like, I'm not playing drums on the back of a school bus or on the floor or like.
I think it's more. I think it was just to show here's how I take it is because you see people in the background dance and you see him playing the drums on. It's just to show how passionate they are. They're so passionate. He'll play on anything just so he can play. That's how I took it. I get it. It's over the top.
Yeah.
But then again, remember the type of audience that they're trying to connect with. I can definitely see my son doing that. Okay, as a 16-year-old, he's going to do that. I could see it. So I think it's a way of them showing that kid's so passionate he'll play on anything just so he can play. But once she gets to camp, and this is where we start to get that kind of fish out of water because she's never been to this camp before, and there's a lot of people that are there that are connected people. There are different people that have connections, this, that, and the other. And then that's when we're introduced to who I consider to be the most annoying person in this movie. I can't even remember her name. It's the rich, it's the rich girl in the movie.
It's your stereotypical young teenage blonde popular girl with her two like not cronies but two like supporting Tess. That's her name, Tess.
Was it Tess? Okay,
Tess.
Tess is her name. Yeah, I'm trying to look it up now. Yes,
and
Tess Tyler. And her mother
right. And this is the Mean Girls effect. You know, if anybody's seen Mean Girls or any of these films where you have the popular girl in school and you have the two of her best friends who just want to follow her so they become popular as well, and everyone's getting bullied by her. This is the exact same thing in every single one of these movies. It's the same in Lizzie McGuire that we watched. It's the same in everything, really. And
right, but here's the thing. They're not even considered hype girls, in my opinion. Because Matt, welcome in. Simba 2's here.
Hey,
Cy's in
Matt.
the house. Hey, Cy, good to see you. Peter Cunningham. Kay Atwood's in here as well. Max K. Welcome in, everybody. Good to have you all here. So the girl is basically, she's popular by association. Her mother is she's a Grammy winner. She's a multi-platinum Grammy winner for her music. So don't get me wrong. This girl, Tess, is talented. She can sing. She's a good singer. And she has her songs in this.
But they say she's not. She say she's not like the best. Everyone's like, yeah.
No. But I think, and I think she knows that. That's why she tries to hide everyone in the back and put herself up front. She's good. She's not the best out of the group for sure. So you're right, Dan. You have the two girls there that are following along because they want to be associated with and part of it is because they're afraid of her too. I think that they don't want to be disassociated because that can also be bad for you in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you'll lose popularity. You'll lose credibility.
Yeah, for sure. So you're right. And then they get introduced to this girl, Tess, and her two friends. And how do I word this next part? They kind of offer her, just like you said, Mean Girls, to offer her to become part of the group because at the end of they have what's called a final jam at the end of camp, and it's kind of a competition. And so that part's interesting.
I was just going to say, keep in mind, going into this part of the movie, it reminded me a lot of the story of Cinderella. And you'll get what I mean by that, because we'll get to what Demi Lovato's character does, and we'll get introduced to another main character, and the final jam is kind of considered like the ball in kind of way, trying to find that sort of item or whatever we'll get to at the end. And that's what I sort of found similarities in. So Demi Lovato's character now is bunking with the popular girls at the camp.
Right. Now remember, these girls are popular girls. Their family are people that are important people or popular people, pop, this, that, and the other. But Demi Lovato's mom is just a caterer. That's it. That's all she is. And she's the caterer for the Camp Rock. But when they ask her who her parents are, she
lies.
She literally lies and says, "No, my mom is the CEO of this major food company
in China or whatever it was." Yeah.
To fit in because she wants to fit in, and the whole time they have another person. Brian, what's up, buddy? Welcome.
Hey, Brian.
Then of course Demi Lovato meets another friend. That's Alison Stoner's character, who's Caitlin in this, and Caitlin is just a normal girl who has talent as well. But she kind of warns Demi Lovato's character, says, "Look, if you have talent, you don't want to hang out with Tess because Tess will hide your talent as best she can to make sure that her talent shows through first.
Yeah.
And she warned her. She did. She tried to warn her, and she warned her because ultimately she was in the same shoes as Demi Lovato's character previously.
Yeah. Now, I think we got to bring in the other sorts of major factor in this story because we haven't really spoken about this person. We got to bring in the Jonas Brothers. Now, bringing in the Jonas Brothers was a big thing, I think, for Disney. They were really, really popular at the time. You know, they started getting real big hits, and they sort of wanted to create a movie out of it. And so they brought them in, but they really only used Joe Jonas out of the group. Nick and Kevin were like, so they were a band called Connect 3 or something like that. I can't remember what
Connect
the name
3,
of the band was. It was Connect 3.
Yeah, I think it was.
And Joe Jonas did a catastrophe thing, like he stormed off stage. He had a bit of a tantrum, not what you would see nowadays with a rehabilitation sort of thing. It'd be a lot more different in real life, but he had a little, tantrum on stage, and now he is going back to where he went as a camper to Camp Rock, where he kind of made his name.
Hey,
and he
George
doesn't.
Priestley.
Hey, George Priestley, good to see you. And he doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to go back to camp. He just, he's lazy. He doesn't want to be there.
Another one of these kids. He's another one of these that has let his fame get to him. He's gotten lazy. He's gotten pompous in a lot of ways. He's gotten very high and mighty on himself. He wants everybody to do everything for him. He isn't going back to his roots, and that's probably what his two bandmates are trying to do, or get him to go back to his roots. To do what he loves best, what he, again, I'm going to use that word, what he has a passion for doing, and that's writing and making music. So they send him back to the camp, unbeknownst to him, and against his will. He doesn't really want to do it, but everything is about perception, everything is about image, and they think it will help his image after him storming off stage and making their image look bad. So reluctantly, you're right, Joe Jonas, his character, does go to the camp. And it takes a little bit of time for him to get acclimated, as I'm going to call it, to camp, because he doesn't really want to be there. But he does go, and he does ultimately do what he needs to do. And during that time, he does meet Demi Lovato's character, right?
Well, I feel that they met in the kitchen, and she had to put like the flour. She had to put the flour all over her face, and
well,
he was being a jerk.
Camp Rock, Courtney. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Camp Rock. Well, remember, initially before it started, she was in that one in the dining area where the piano was, and she sung the song. He never got to see her face, but he heard her, because that becomes a big part of this later on. It was
the
glass like Little Mermaid. Yeah, almost like Little Mermaid.
Yeah, the glass slipper moment. It was a glass slipper moment.
Yeah,
her voice singing this song was that glass slipper, where at the end of the movie, you can kind of see where this is going.
Yeah. Welcome in, Charlie and Stacy. Good to have you guys here, the Disney Nerd Herders. And Tina's here.
Hey, Tina. And thank the Phoenicians, it's Charlie and Stacy. I always say that to them. And then they have quite possibly the cringiest, most difficult to watch part of the movie, and that is the hip hop dance routine scene. Oh my god! Now, look, I think Walt, and a lot of people in the chat know, there are no scenes in Attack of the Clones that I don't. There's no scene in Attack of the Clones I like, but I would take a scene of Attack of the Clones over this hip hop dance routine scene in Camp Rock over that any day. This scene is one. Why is there a hip hop dance routine scene in a Camp Rock, as in rock, environment? I don't get it. And two, Joe Jonas was instructed by the leader of the camp, who's his nephew, who's his uncle, to take the class. But as a teacher, you should be master of your craft. And it looked like Joe Jonas had no idea what he was doing. He had no hip hop skills whatsoever. And the people who he was trying to teach were better than him.
Yes, Molly Rook, welcome in. Good to see you. Well, that's again one
bad.
of those
It was
things
bad.
where it is, but as an adult, we're going to see that. As a 14-year-old, you're going to look past it.
Ugh.
Okay, that's why he's in a group. You understand? He can blend in because I'll be honest with you. As I look at it, I like to dance. I really do. I like to dance a lot. I look at a lot of different things. The
Yeah.
girl Tess,
Yeah.
is not a good dancer.
No.
Okay, go back and watch her in those group scenes when she's trying to dance. She's really not dancing, and she's hidden a lot in this film. So I get what you're saying, but there are good dancers there, and Joe Jonas he's not about dancing.
And
You're
why
right.
do you think Alison Stoner had so much camera on her during this scene? Because Alison Stoner is a fantastic dancer.
Phenomenal dancer, absolutely phenomenal.
So,
Brian, NASCAR fan, welcome in, buddy.
I don't know, dude. Like,
No,
it was not a good scene.
I'm with you. No, we're not. I'm not disagreeing. It's a cringeworthy scene from different perspectives, but there are perspectives that are probably going to think it's cool. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think that a hip hop scene should be in a camp rock environment?
It's different. Again, there's different What is the hip hop and rock? They're kind of they're
polar opposites.
Are they? You think so? I don't know.
I think they're
I don't know
polar
if
opposites.
they're polar opposites.
If it was me,
you have. Well, wait a minute. You have Run DMC and Aerosmith coming together to walk this way. That's hip hop together. It works, Dan. That's all I'm saying is it does work. You have Eminem coming in with Rihanna and doing a song. It works. They do work together. How many times has hip hop and rock meshed for songs?
It works done well, and it wasn't.
But we're not talking about platinum artists here either. But I'm with you, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's all. I'm just playing devil's advocate. But it's fine for the movie. For what it is, for a Disney Channel movie, I get what they're trying to hit on. They're trying to get different audiences into the movie. That's what it is. You're right. It doesn't work in a lot of ways, but it's going to work for the audience they're trying to capture, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I just did not enjoy it.
Right. I mean, Sai says Ed Sheeran and Chris Stapleton, the song Blow is a pop rock. Yeah. I mean, awesome song. You know, Bruno Mars is also in it. Yeah, it can work. Hip hop and rock can work together if done right. I think you're right, Dan. It's not a match made in heaven for sure, but it does work. Mm-hmm. But let's progress the story just a little bit because you're right. He's there. Again, Joe Jonas is there. He really doesn't want to be, and he's still kind of snidey and snotty at times. But as he's gotten to know Demi Lovato's character and they get to know each other and they kind of start to form a relationship, he kind of does break down that wall a little bit and becomes a little bit more vulnerable and back to being the person they want him to be.
Can I just point out that... Hold on, I think there's a bit of an echo. Can you hear the echo? I don't know.
I can't hear the echo. Can anybody else hear it? I can put in my I'll put in my
guys, let us know in the chat if there's a bit of an echo. Oh, there is an echo.
Okay, I'm gonna put in my ears. Go ahead, Dan. You were saying?
So, I think what's bad about this, I find it very funny that since we've started this review, we haven't once mentioned their names. We've just been like Demi Lovato's character, Joe Jonas's character, Alison Stoner's character. I mean, that tells me that these characters and their names are so easily forgettable. Mm-hmm. And it's sad. Like, you don't go and watch Gladiator to say, oh yeah, Russell Crowe's character, or
Yeah, but that's an unfair analogy.
No, but you get what I mean.
It's not Gladiator. We know that.
You get what I mean. Like it's true that we haven't once met. Do you know what Demi Lovato's character's name is? Mitchie. See, I didn't remember.
It's Mitchie. I did remember it, but I mean, that's her name.
Oh,
But
jeez.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But as time goes on throughout this movie, again, Demi Lovato is being put in the background. She got into this group with Tess, the rich girl and the snotty girl, and the other two, and she's a background singer again. And Allison Stoner, from time to time, will give her a nod, and she'll say something like, "Hey, how'd you like being the background singer?" Because she knows she doesn't want her to be, and she doesn't like it, and she really doesn't. And the whole point is because Tess is trying to keep her suppressed. She doesn't want her to shine more than her. She wants to be the star. And it's the typical story that we get all the time. Like Dan said, I think he's exactly right. It's the Mean Girls effect in a lot of ways. But as time has gone on, Demi Lovato's character Mitchie she's still lying to everybody, saying her mom's this rich person when she's really not. Well, after a while, Demi Lovato finally kind of says enough's enough.
Yeah.
And she kind of calls Tess out one time right in front of everybody and kind of embarrasses her. And then that's when Tess decides to look a little further into things. And she actually finds out and sees that that Mitchie's mom is
the cook.
Is the caterer. And
bearing in mind, the only other person who knows about this secret is Alison Stoner's character, because there was a bit of a confrontation between Alison Stoner's character and Tess. And Alison Stoner
got relegated to kitchen duty.
Got relegated to kitchen stuff. So she found out that Mitchie, Demi Lovato's character's mum, and her work in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then obviously when Tess finds out, she's like, "Oh, I've got you now." And then she announces it to the camp about, hey, your mum's not the lead producer of a Chinese MTV, whatever you call it.
Right.
And she gets all embarrassed. And yeah, that's kind of, and this is, again, the Mean Girl effect, where the popular, blonde girl who, wants to be on top, wants to be the most popular, she's pretty much doing like the survival of the fittest. She's doing whatever she can to stay on top and not get embarrassed. And yeah, and then it gets even worse.
Right. Kay says, "Well, I think you could have made up a name and Dan would have taken your word for it."
Yeah.
It's probably true.
Her name is Ubentrude.
Yeah, that's what Sai says. She says, like, he could have said her name was Patricia, and Dan would have said, "Yeah, that's it."
Yeah. Demi Lovato looks like a Patricia, to be fair.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, you guys are so, don't ever knock background singers. Some of them are better singers than famous lead singers. They have to be to make some leads actually sound good.
Yes.
Dude, I get it. That's not what we're saying. I'm with you. They absolutely are.
She didn't want to be a background singer. She wanted to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, for sure. So she calls her out in front of everybody, and Mitchie finally does admit, yes, my mother is the cook. And everybody does feel a little bit betrayed, and rightfully so. She did lie. Okay,
and Joe Jonas was there,
yes, and you're right. He was upset because this whole time he thinks, "Oh, this girl's truthful with me. She's on the up and up. She really likes me for me." And he's like, "You've been lying this whole time." And he thinks it's just because she wants to try to find a way to become popular with the media because now she's in with him. And he's mad too. So she's kind of lost almost everybody except for Caitlin, Alison Stoner's character, who's still on her side. And but she goes on and she moves on. And then this is where it actually gets even worse for her. She's in the kitchen with Caitlin. Caitlin and Mitch are in the kitchen. And Tess comes in with the Camp Rock counselor, the guy who runs the director, and accuses her of stealing her mom's bracelet that her mom gave her, a gold bracelet. Right, Dan? Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, she just decides...
Planting the seed.
Yes. A literal plant, too. Because, he comes in and says, "Look, Tess has accused you of stealing her bracelet."
Where is it?
Like, "We didn't steal nothing. Sir."
And she's like, "Oh, look what I found!"
And then he looks over and the bracelet's right there in their books. And what else is he going to do? I mean, he sees it right there. He can't prove that she planted it. All he can do is go by what he sees, and he sees that they had it. So they get.
So what's the biggest punishment they get?
Yeah, it was. I actually thought it was kind of smart. I knew where he was going with it too right away, but he goes, "You guys are
Out of the final
you're
jam
out of the final jam
competition.
You're out of the competition officially until you're out of the competition until it's officially over, as he put it, or whatever that means.
Some actual good writing.
Yeah. So and they're still upset. They can't perform and this, that, and the other. And then we do get to the final day. We get to the final jam.
Now, we have to point out that the winner of the final jam will go on and make a single or something with the Jonas Brothers, Connect 3, and be on TV and all this kind of thing. And what happens is Tess and her two sort of... I call them...
That's awesome, Si. Look at you. She's singing the song. This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
And then she says, I just imagined that in Walt's voice. And it was iconic. So the two sidekicks of Tess, the two girls who are trying to follow her, actually are fed up with her, and they go on and do their own thing, which I liked because it gives them a little bit more of an important role in the show.
Very much so.
And so there's the big group performance with the guy with the stupid drumsticks in it. There's, one of the side characters of Tess. She's doing a really great song on the guitar. Tess does a song and her mom is in the audience. And that was the end of the competition. Right.
Now, but let's go back for a second, because during Tess's song, her mom's this big pop star. Her mom actually does show up, and she's in the stands. She's in the audience watching her daughter. And it really makes her feel good, because I think ultimately the problem with Tess is neglected. Her mom's gone. She doesn't have anybody. She wants to feel important, and her only way to really feel important is to do it herself through the bullying that she does, I think. That's how I see it. And with her mom there, she has that feeling for a minute of like, wow, mom's here. She really does care. She really does love me. She does want to be a part of my life. But then in the middle of her daughter's performance, mom gets up to take a phone call. And it hurts her. It really does. It kind of hurts her, and to the point that she can't perform. And it just in the middle of it, she messes up considerably and just stops her performance and runs off and goes in the corner and starts crying.
Yep.
Now, for me, I understand that. I can see that. That's legitimate. I can see that definitely, especially in high-profile lives. I've had friends in the past where their parents didn't really give them the time of day that they should have, and it does have an indelible effect on people. It can.
It was definitely a redeeming factor of this movie, I think.
Yeah. Well, it gave her a little bit of a humanity. That there could be a reason behind her being as crappy as she is.
She's not she's not like Darth Vader or Lord Voldemort. She's not that much of a villain. Like, she has some form of humanity.
Right. Joey's World. What's up, guys? Good to see you.
Guys.
Lisa, Keith, Joey, welcome in. So she obviously is not going to win. So she did her competition, her song. The big group song with like Dan was saying, and then they had a late entry as the final song, and that was the girl Peggy, who was one of the two backup singers for Tess. Decides to get into the competition, and she sings and comes out with the guitar and sings. I actually really liked her song. I thought it was very, very good, and if that girl really sang that song. Because every single one of these songs, by the way, everybody was lip syncing. Okay? But if she really does sing that song and she really recorded it, that girl's got a very beautiful voice. She's very talented. I did like the song. So she gets to sing. And of course, the Jonas Brothers, they are they're the judges throughout this.
Yeah,
And in a very good twist, I was actually happy to see that she did actually win. The girl
she
Peggy
won,
won. She won.
which I thought was great because
Yes, I really like that. What's up,
I
Bob?
was, hey Bob, good to see you, buddy. I think it was a good choice because they could have easily gone with Demi Lovato, easy,
Yeah.
but
Well, remember, she
they
couldn't
kept
win. But
right.
she couldn't win.
But when
Right.
they said, "Oh, there's gonna be a late entry, and it doesn't matter anymore,"
You
it's
thought it
Final
was going to
Jam,
be them, right? Yes.
right?
Yeah. It was
But
good. They did it. I was glad they did it
I
that way.
really like that. I really
I
do.
did too. Right.
Demi Lovato. So this was like the big thing. So as we said before, the leader of the camp was like, "Yeah, you guys are out of the competition of Final Jam until it's over." And that he kind of gives Demi Lovato the nod, but like, hey, the competition's over. Why don't you go on stage and give us what you
Right.
got?
Right. And she does.
And she starts singing the song she played on the piano earlier in the movie, which Joe Jonas really liked. And he was like, oh, it
That's
is
the
the
voice.
girl. That's the
Yeah.
girl I really like. The shoe fits, like blah, 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 blah. And and then he starts singing with her. And then it's a whole sort of, happily ever after. And
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Timothy Rainwater's welcome in, buddy. Yeah, so she sings her song, and then finally, just like Dan said, it's the Cinderella effect where the shoe fits. He can hear the voice. He hears the voice, and he says, "That's the voice I've been looking for." And then they kind of connect as well. And then they do one last big montage song with the whole group there. And the bad girl actually does come up to Tess and Caitlin and apologizes and says, "Look, I told him you didn't steal it. I'm sorry." And I was glad for that too. I'm glad that they, even though they're not friends, but at least she apologized. I did like that by the way as well. Barb, Faith, Hope, and Disney, welcome in. Good to see you. Paul Angle, I don't know if I said hi, Paul, but Paul, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Let's reset people.
Oh, sorry, wrong button. Wrong button. Sorry.
Sorry. So here's the thing. And that was pretty much the movie.
I just want to point out, I want to bring up the music in this film because this is what the film is about. It's a musical. We haven't really spoken about the music. I think some of the songs are okay and some of them are dreadful. There was clearly some that took a little bit of time to make. And there was some but any song that the Jonas Brothers wrote or Demi Lovato wrote, I think were fine. Any song that wasn't written by them was awful.
Right. Sai makes a very good point. The song where the Jonas Brothers go up on stage and sing that song out in the woods there when they come out
by the lake.
By the lake. That's my favorite song of
Me
the
too.
film.
Me too.
Okay, it's the best song of the film.
It's Play My Music, isn't it?
I think so. It's really, really good.
Really like it.
I agree with Sai on that. I think she's 100% correct.
Yep.
The song, the friends, the backup singer sings at the end when she wins. That's my second favorite.
Yeah.
But the Jonas Brothers song that's a good song.
Any song sung, lip sync sung by Tess. That was hard to watch.
She wasn't good at it. That's the problem. She just wasn't good at it. There were times when you could really tell she was off with her lip syncing too. Play My Music was my favorite song from the movie. Okay.
It's a very mixed bunch of songs.
It's a mixed bag. Yeah, it's a mixed bag for sure. Yep, absolutely. Well, Dan, let me go over a couple things with you because it is 20 up, and I do want to go over a few things because we do have some stuff to talk about upcoming programming. James real fast says, I think this was initially a Disney Channel movie, so the music and plot lines were probably strictly controlled for content, not as if Dirty Deeds or the like was going to make this rock show. Oh no, James, absolutely. Absolutely. There was definitely a plot line that was strictly controlled for sure. And rightfully so. It's Disney. It's the Disney Channel. It should be. Heading back home tomorrow. Timothy, I hope you guys had a good trip. I'm sure you did. Sorry we didn't get to see you. Dan, favorite character?
Do I have to pick one?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not the drumstick guy. You know what? I liked the leader of the camp guy. He put some sense. Yeah, the uncle. He put not only because he was British, but that's not. I'm not being biased by that. He had some good wise wisdom, and it was like hard love he was showing Joe Jonas, and I actually quite liked that.
Okay.
And I think he was a not bad of an actor.
Okay. I liked Alison Stoner's character, Caitlin.
Great choice.
Yeah, I liked her
Good
character.
choice.
I actually wish she was had a little bit more of what she does well in the movie. Her dancing, you had a little bit of it. Her acting is fine. She's a good actress. She's very good at acting. But I would have liked to have seen more dancing from her. She's a phenomenal dancer. And,
very, very underused in this movie, I think.
Yes.
As well as the other two Jonas Brothers as well.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. So that was my favorite. But now, folks, we are down to that time where we are going to give our letter grades. Now, Dan and I give letter grades from an A+, which is the best of the best, all the way down to an F. An F has been given out on this channel before. I've given it for the jungle, George of the Jungle. George of the Jungle. I have given an F before. I don't mind giving them. I don't know if Dan minds.
No, please.
But that's just my opinion on that. It has been done before.
I mean, we always say that it doesn't matter what letter grade we give. It's our opinions. It's what we like and dislike, and whatever we choose, we don't have to follow a certain guideline or anything. There's no rules. They're more like guidelines anyway, to quote Barbosa. So
absolutely, but you guys in the chat also get to give a letter grade, and we're going to go over all your letter grades as well. So in the chat, we'll do you guys last. Give us your letter grade, A+ all the way down to an F, and let us know why. I'd like to know why you gave the grade you gave. So you guys do that in the chat as Dan and I talk about our grades. So Dan, you're up first, partner.
So as a child, I always said that Camp Rock I preferred more than High School Musical. Now, I haven't seen High School Musical in a long time, and we will get to it. But this film was nowhere near as good as what I thought it was. There were some redeeming factors to it. The writing was average at certain points in the movie, and there was a lot of lip syncing. The storyline was so predictable. So I'm going to give it... This is tough. I'm going to give it a D.
A D?
I'm going to give it a D. I can't give it a D- or an F, because I think F is one of those films I just is abysmal. The reason why I gave it a D was because there was some semi-good acting. There was some semi-good... I think the choreography was mostly good, apart from the hip-hop scene. Right. And I think in terms of Disney Channel movies... it's more on the upper part of the Disney Channel movies than the lower part. So
okay, all right,
yeah. So yeah, I'm giving it a D.
Cool. So for me, I liked a lot of the choreography, the dancing parts. There was some that was definitely unnecessary. The acting was not very good in this film, unfortunately. I don't think it was meant to be something that won an Academy Award. So I've got to remember that.
Yep.
I do like some of the songs. I don't like some of the songs. I have to agree with Dan. I'm also going to give this a D. But then again, we've said this a million times. This film isn't made for a 50-year-old man. Okay? It's not technically a movie that's catering to me or even a 20-something-year-old dude either. It's just not. It's for the 10 to 15-year-old kids that are going to watch this, and I think that's who it's really that's the demographic they're looking for, in my opinion. Yeah. But that being said, you guys in the chat, let's go over what everybody said. So the Bomo says he's giving it a B from my family of 8 girls, young and old.
Sai said a bit further up. She said, in my opinion, it's a U ungraded.
There you go.
That's breaking the rules.
Hannah Waghorn, good. Welcome in, Hannah. She says the only good part of Camp Rock is Demi Lovato and Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Sai says too generous. Alex gives it a C.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Kay gives it D as a good grade. I agree with that. Sam says some films are not the best quality.
Yeah.
No, they're not, and that's the point. We're doing good, Hannah. I hope you are too. Hope the assignments are going well. Oh, talking about Hannah's with school. A+ from Love Pugs. Good for you. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Avery, what's up, buddy? Welcome
Hey,
in.
Avery.
Oh, they're set. They're set to all. I don't know why. Well, I'm sorry, Avery. Thank you, buddy, for being here. Hi, Lori Jean. Welcome in. Good to see you. James says, keeping in mind this was not written for the big screen, but for younger viewers on Disney Channel in 2008, I'll give it a C. Fair enough.
Yep, fair enough. Yep,
I agree. I understand. I understand the point. Yep. I absolutely do.
Yeah, of course.
I was fangirling over the Jonas Brothers when I was younger. Absolutely, Hannah. They used to have their own television show on Disney Channel called Jonas. They had the TV, and it was
it was
my
bad.
boys watched it. I watched it.
I
wasn't
watched it.
bad. It wasn't bad.
I mean, I was a kid when all this was happening. I was more of a Hannah Montana person. Just saying, but which we will get to the movie at some point.
D- for Avery.
Okay.
Barb says she hasn't seen it. Definitely go see it. I definitely recommend you see it. Movie reviews are fun. They are fun, and we do these every Sunday. Let's see who else we got. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? They're still very nice to look at, Hannah. I think they're all married now.
I think so.
Yep. All right. I think that's all of them. I think overall, we all agree that this isn't a movie that's going to be great.
Won't be watching it anytime soon.
No, I'm not going to watch it again. I'll be honest. I can't lie. I won't watch it again. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. But so there you go. That's our review of, and it was a quick one. I knew it wasn't going to take. Actually, it took longer than I thought. Yeah. But we are coming up now for the big poll in just a second. But before we get to that, let's kind of go over. We're going to go over our scheduling because holidays are here, folks, and with the holidays comes other priorities that take precedent a lot of times and different things like that.
Just to clarify, Walt did say yesterday on my stream that British people celebrate Christmas in July. It's not true. We do celebrate it here in the UK the same time as you do. So there is a lot. This is the busiest time of the year. Everyone's going to be seeing family, and we have a couple of streams coming up. We got 2 more reviews coming up, and then we're going to take a holiday break.
Yes,
that's how I think we could best sort of describe it.
That's exactly right. It's a holiday break. Next week we are actually going to be doing it on a different night. Dan, I'll let you explain this one.
So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, my main
please.
Feel free to subscribe to the channel, but this is what we love doing. We like going back and forth on our channels to talk about these Disney movie reviews, and Walt is always most often on my channel doing which is my main show, which is Disney Fiasco. Now I've done over 110 episodes. It's going to be 117 episodes this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, or at midnight in the UK. For Disney Fiasco, we're going to do the Disney movie review. So normally I do a different topic, but because of scheduling and because of other things going on, this Saturday, 7 p.m. will be our Disney movie review, and not on Sunday like we normally have it.
Dan's accommodating for me, and I definitely appreciate that, Dan, very, very much. Melissa and I will be out and about Sunday night, so I won't be back in time to do it. We'll be at the park streaming for you guys, and Dan was very generous and very nice to take it Saturday for his Disney Fiasco. So thank you again for doing that.
No,
so
absolutely. And we'll just say the week after that we will be back to normal Sundays at 6 p.m. and we'll let you know which channel it's going to be on.
Right.
Then so we've got 2 more reviews, and then we're going to take, I think, around 3 weeks of a holiday break.
Right.
And enjoy the festivities, enjoy the new year, and just spend some time. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes, please, everybody, please sub to Dan if you haven't already. If you love Disney and you love Dan, and if you love Disney Dan, that's the place to be. Subscribe. See all those things. Dan's phenomenal. Look, we wouldn't be partner channels if I didn't think his channel was fantastic. Okay. I only have 2 partner channels, and there's only 2 for a reason.
Mm.
And they're both great channels and great people. And I will promise you'll be very happy with Dan's channel. Dan's a very great supporter of this community, but he also brings out great content. Not even very good. It's phenomenal content. The only thing that restricts him is the fact that he lives over the pond and can't be here all the time. Other than that, I promise you will not be disappointed.
I do just want to say the Bomo brings up a great point. There is another Disney Dan.
Yes.
Make sure if you remove the Disney movie review Camp Rock, you can see what my name looks like just in the corner down here.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, here,
Hold on. There we go. It's like that. So it's all one word. It's DIZNEYDAN, all one word. Spelled
there
a
are
little bit
2 different Disney Dans, right?
So make sure you subscribe to the one who's got a British accent and looks like me. Because if you subscribe to the other guy, he doesn't look like me.
Right. Links in the chat too. There it is. It's in the chat. James put it in there. Just click that link. That's the easiest way to get to Dan. You're good to go. And just like Tina said too, no spaces. Just put Disney Dan like that, and you'll find him, and you won't get the wrong person.
It's like Edna Mode, no spaces, no games,
no spaces. No spaces. Well, look, for next week, Dan, here comes the best part of the day. One of the best parts. This is always when we get nervous.
So next week on my channel on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, it is time to pull the movie. Now, for you guys sitting and watching us, whatever we pull, go and watch it on Disney Plus, and then come back next week and you can review it with us. You know, we'll talk about it in the chat. We'll pretty much do the same thing. So, what are you fancying, Walt? What are you fancying? One actually.
Look at what James said. Look, James says, in case of any concern, test out the vlogs and streams, and if there's an unmade bed in the back, you're in the right spot.
It's made.
I didn't say it. He said it.
He's not even here, so
drum roll.
Here we go.
Roll. Here we go.
Drum roll. Let's go for. It's a big one this time. All right. So next week on my channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, we are watching. We are watching, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are watching The Emperor's New Groove.
One of his favorites.
Oh my gosh, yes. We are watching, just so there's no cheating, The Emperor's New Groove. We are watching The Emperor's New Groove, and I am so excited. Can I ask, have you seen The Emperor's New Groove?
If I have, it's been forever.
You are going to love it. You are going to love it. Oh my goodness. I think everybody in the chat is excited for this one.
Well, they are. Everybody, so look, everybody in there, look.
So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, next Saturday, this is where the review is going to be. So, oh my goodness.
That is funny. Yes, guys, next Saturday, 7 p.m., Disney Fiasco special episode. Dan, myself, and probably a special guest will be doing this review. Not probably, there will be a special guest.
There will be a special guest. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know it yet.
Kay says she sees an A+ coming. I don't know who you're getting it from. It might be that guy over there, but with me, it's going to be really hard to get an A+ from this dude. It's hard for sure.
So looking forward to this. So looking forward to this.
That is funny. But, so there you go, guys. That is our Disney movie review. I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Again, I know there are other people that are streaming tonight, but you decided to spend your time here with us, and we appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us. Before we do head out, I know we're kind of all over tonight, but Dan, what do you got coming up on Disney Dan's channel? Yeah,
so I've got a vlog coming up, a very special vlog, which is going to be. I'm not doing Vlogmas this year. I feel that there are so many amazing YouTubers who are doing Vlogmas this year, so it'll be great to be as a watcher, go and support those people doing Vlogmas. I won't be doing that this year, but I will have a Christmas video, a very special Christmas video, more of a thank you sort of video to everybody. And then Disney Fiasco, obviously, next week, Saturday, 7 p.m., episode 117, will be a hybrid with Disney movie review of The Emperor's New Groove. And then, we've got a couple of things here and there, just other things on other channels. And then we're leading up to sort of Christmas, end of the year. And I want to make sure that we end this year on a high and make sure that we go into the new year with those smiles on our faces. And yeah, it's going to be good. And I love doing these. These are so much fun. This is what I look for every week. So
it is fun. I love it too. What's up, Canadian Bacon?
Hey.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. These are always fun. We love doing these. And I'm sure the following will get bigger and bigger as time goes on. But Sunday nights is a great time to do these. It's the end of the week. We can sit back, relax from all the other streams, and do something a little bit different. And
exactly.
I absolutely love it. Real fast, just some quick housekeeping. Of course, the live plays. Check out Dean. He is fantastic. TheLivePlace.com. Dean's he's your TV guide of live streams, whether it's Disney or other genres. It's not all Disney there. Check it out. There is all kinds of different stuff on there. There's even some church services that are on there. So if you're looking for something like that, you can find a lot of different stuff at the Live Place, and he's such a great supporter.
Yeah.
And again, of course, this guy right here is one of our two partner channels, Dan and, of course, Steve from Steve's World. You know all about Dan now, and I promise you're better for it. He is phenomenal. And Steve is fantastic, too. Steve goes live on Mondays with Just Another Monday Night, and he's part of the Disney crew. He's fantastic as well. So check those guys out. Members, what can I say other than members? Thank you for everything. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your loyalty. You go the extra step every week. I mean, you just go to the extra step with your generosity. It's amazing. Thank you for that. And the chat. Thank you to everybody in the chat today. This has been fantastic. You guys have been very interactive. And listen, two grown men talking about Camp Rock.
We've done Lizzie McGuire.
We did. We did Lizzie McGuire. I know. We've done them all.
And this was our This is our 21st review. And
I know. I can't believe it's been 21 weeks.
Amazing.
That is crazy. But there you go, guys. Next week, next Saturday, 7 p.m., Disney Fiasco special episode as we review. I know you're happy about it. The Emperor's New Groove. There you go. But other than that, guys, thank you all very, very much. Have a great, great week. And for us, Melissa and I, Disanity on Tuesday night. Come check us out Tuesday night. And then next weekend, Saturday, we are going to be at Coronado Springs as we do a live stream as we review and tour Coronado Springs. It's going to be fantastic. And then, of course, Sunday, we're going to be at Hollywood Studios. So check us out Sunday night from Hollywood Studios as well. It's going to be a great, great weekend. And thank you again to Dan for accommodating. I appreciate your generosity, dude. All right, guys. Well, thank you all very, very much. Have a great week. Dan, how do you end your streams, pal?
Dole whips are your friend. No. I say live your life with a smile each and every day.
Amen. Take care of yourselves and each other, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.